Okay, back again with another episode of Vancouver Subculture Living, Band Sub Life, with Reno P, and joined me today is Marion Edralin, right? Is that how I pronounce your name?
Edralin.
Edralin, sorry, like adrenaline, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we met a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, but we were actually working at the same place, just not really at the same time.
Yeah.
And as soon as I was making my leave, he just kind of started. So, I missed out on all the shenanigans that this guy brought to the table, but as soon as that one night we had a common friend's birthday party, I met this guy, he really let loose. The no filter soft killer. Care to, shine a little bit of light on that?
So, I have been told that I am a good quote-unquote shit talker, and that, anything that really comes to my mind is, usually what I say. Well, it depends on who I'm with.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can't really blurt out all your thoughts and whatever you want when you're with a certain company, like, people of certain standings. You can't really jeopardize your relationship with them. But, I mean, this guy, like I was telling you before, it's really an art, to be able to talk smack about people, but tastefully, not flat just like, hey, you're like stupid. Like that's weak, right?
Yeah, the trick is you gotta be funny with it, because then it'll be more tasteful.
Exactly, you gotta be clever about it, right? It's like if you were just to insult someone by like a term that everybody uses nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Let's say like the one we like to use in the community is like you call someone a degenerate.
Oh yeah.
Right? Is that a thing that's also outside of in your community or in your circles?
Yeah, we still say it, but we don't say it a lot because it's just.
It lost its meaning, right?
Yeah.
It lost its significance, and what do you call it? It becomes, what's the word I'm looking for? Like dull. It'll come to me later.
Yeah.
But point is, you gotta be clever with your insults, right? And I remember I asked you, like, how are you so good at this? At just talking smack.
Because what it is it actually runs in the family. Like my dad does it too. To his brother, it was pretty funny, and so it went on to my siblings, and it became a defense mechanism towards them. So whenever they talk smack, you have to talk smack back.
Can you give me an example, if it's okay with you, of a time where it just, just really let it out?
Oh, well, none of them were like really funny. Well, some of them were like the really petty kinds, or just like. You're like, you suck, and you're like, no, you, like, it's just like pettiness, and just making it funny is just like, even just saying something as simple as that.
But it's also in the delivery too, right? Like, oh no, you suck, but like with like a intonation or tone or intention, right? Okay, so I don't know. Have you, like, how long have you lived in Vancouver? Like, were you born here or did you move here?
I was actually born in the Philippines at Manila, like the capital city.
Mm-hmm.
But then I moved here only when I was 2 years old.
Oh, okay.
So it was really early in my life.
So there wouldn't be really a time to like, I guess, grow up there because you were only 2 when you moved here.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really experience.
Yes.
I mean, have you been back?
I have. I think, when was the world supposed to end? 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back then.
And the world didn't end, or I don't know, did it? Like, is that when the president got elected, or?
It was something like that. I know, like, everyone was saying, oh man, like a bunch of events happened right after that, like politically and like just all that. And like,
in the Philippines.
Oh no, just in the world.
In the world.
And then there's like, this is definitely like the end, like metaphorical end.
I know. I had a previous guest named Hoot mentioned like how all the celebrities are dying nowadays, and that's like post 2012.
Yeah, there's that too.
But I mean, it's also credit to like, partying back at their prime was a lot different than it is now, right?
Yeah.
A lot more hardcore stuff going around. So how you just like visit Manila, or?
So I've only went back once.
How long was it for?
It was for the winter break. I think it was like 3 weeks.
Okay, that's long enough.
I was also in high school when I went back.
Okay. So
was I?
That was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You're like 23 now.
21.
Oh yeah, young man.
Yeah. So then, The only thing really I had with the Filipino culture when I grew up was from my parents. So they speak to me in the native language is Tagalog.
So you do speak Tagalog?
I can understand. It's because my parents now are starting to speak to me in English. So then the mother language is starting to deteriorate.
Yeah, if you don't practice it, you kind of lose it, right?
Yeah.
And you have siblings, you said?
Yeah, I do.
Older, younger?
Older. I'm the youngest, so I have eldest sister. And then an older brother.
Okay, and how's their Tagalog?
My sister's apparently is really good.
Okay.
My brother is worse than mine.
Oh, how much older is your brother?
Only 2 years older.
Well, I mean, I guess it really depends.
Yeah.
Right? Like I have like 2 years on my younger sister, but like I speak the language like way more than she does.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it really depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess when you were growing up, you grew up mainly here, right?
Yeah.
So when you go into school, it'd be English.
English, yeah.
Right? So yeah, you went to school. Where'd you go to elementary school?
So in my early years, I actually lived in Chilliwack.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Yeah, not right.
Fraser Valley, right?
And then, that was only up until maybe 4. I was 4 years old, so only 2 years there. Because I know I went to kindergarten here.
In New West, Burnaby?
Burnaby.
Okay, Burnaby.
Yeah. And then, I basically lived in the same house for like, do the math, 17 years.
Okay.
16, 17 years.
Yeah, okay. So you lived in this area and you went to school in this area, right? Do you remember what elementary school you went to?
It was called 12th Avenue.
Oh, I wasn't even aware that wasn't called. I thought they all just had names of like lords.
No. Well,
Calvin, Tweedsmuir.
That's the New West ones.
Oh, so this is like
the Burnaby ones are named after the streets.
Oh, okay.
So like Stride, right? It's on Stride Avenue.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, and then you went to high school at Burn Creek.
Burn Creek, yeah.
Which is like actually one of the newer high schools, actually. Yeah, how was like going to school? How was growing up here?
So like,
what did you think about high school and middle school and whatever?
So one of the main reasons why degenerates lost its meaning to me. That school was basically filled with degenerates.
Whoa. Again, no filter, but I mean...
To be fair,
okay.
That school, as soon as I left, that school, they had a soccer game.
Okay.
And then it got really rowdy, and one of the kids on the home team, Burn Creek, they maced, like pepper sprayed the other kid.
Like, in like one of the players?
Yeah.
But like, what was...
And then like a bunch of like
that gesture means nothing because you don't have no visual component, but he just like kind of shrugged. But
yeah.
But like
I don't know.
But so like for no reason?
Well, they probably got just really heated because sporting events, right?
Into a scrap.
Yeah. But then like it went far enough that someone brought out a mace
and maced another student.
And then just that. There's also more.
Was that during like your time there?
No, right as soon as I graduated.
Right as soon as the year after you.
Yeah.
Were you on the soccer team?
No.
Okay. So you wouldn't know who it.
Yeah.
The alleged was, but.
And then what else? What else happened in my high school?
Oh, there's a lot of stories about Burn Creek. I wasn't aware.
Yeah, like everyone always in the district. Everyone always, whenever you say Burn Creek, just like it gives off a bad vibe.
It's there's a reputation associated with it.
Yeah.
So I heard because I also had friends who also graduated from there. Smart guys. They ended up going to Simon Fraser.
Okay. Yeah.
And they also told me about we went to Burn Creek.
Yeah.
One of the most one of those schools.
It was also like because now it's called a community school, so we run off. Facilities to the community. It's really open to like the people around our area, especially because around Edmonds. Basically, I don't want to put labels, but this is basically the label in that community, like the area. So like Edmonds is fairly ghetto.
Okay.
So that's like where all the poor kids are, right? So then Burn Creek was basically the cesspool of all those kids, yeah.
Okay.
So then obviously there'll be like kids that won't get along, and then they're obviously the ones that like don't know how to properly deal with not getting along with people.
So just like interactions in general. Like, was your elementary school like that too? Did you find? Like, okay, so when you went to elementary school, did a lot of people come with you to Berkeley, or they just went to different schools, or how did you, your friends and stuff, your classmates?
I think we separated because by the time my brother graduated, he graduated from the same elementary school as I did.
Okay, from 12th Street, right?
Yeah, and then
that went up to grade 7 or grade 6?
7.
Okay.
So then we didn't have middle schools in Burnaby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then before Burn Creek was built, there was a catchment, and that's what you're already pre-designed high school.
Catchment?
Yeah.
Oh, attachment or a catchment?
Catchment. I think that's what it's called. So like catchments were by where you live, your catchment will decide which high school you go to.
What?
Yeah, so basically if you're on the other side of Canada Way, Canada Way.
Yeah, of course.
You went to Caribou.
Really?
Yeah, but then if you on like this side of Canada Way, you went to Burn Creek.
Was it dictated that way, or you can just change?
You can change it. You can like apply.
Oh, but it was automatically assumed.
That's the default.
Yeah. You would just be like continue. They would put your papers through unless you put in a special order to transfer to your school.
And there's also New West Secondary, which is like literally one block away from. And
represent, I guess, alumni since a long time ago. Yeah, because so like personally, when I went to elementary school, a lot of my friends went to NW because that was like the New West high school that wasn't the private school, St. Thomas More, right? Yeah. So that was where people kind of. I mean, obviously people went all over the place, but a lot, majority of kids went to NW, and this graduating class was like 500-600 students or something.
Yeah.
How about yours? Your high school, Burn Creek?
It was around the same.
So really big grad class.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a big school? I've never been inside.
It's like it's wide. I'll give you that. So like how I've been into New West. The school is big, but the hallways are really narrow.
They are, yeah.
So Burn Creek is essentially one big X. And then
I see. So there's a lot of like floor space.
Yeah. So then it's really like there's not really hallways. It's really wide.
It's just one big expansive.
And it looks like a prison.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say about that.
Even inside too, because the library's on the second floor, but then in our atrium, it's 2 floors. It's a big box. It's basically like the teachers can like look down and see what everyone's doing.
Really? Yeah. It's like I guess they have some kind of design in mind or something.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah.
And like, how about the insides? Like, how about the interior? Is it like all like concrete colored?
Yeah, it is.
It's not a friendly.
Yeah, no.
Like those TV shows with high schools.
Yeah, it's all colorful. Yeah, no. It's gray and dreary.
Well, I mean, I guess like parts of SFU are still like that, if anything, right? I heard it was the architect also built prisons.
I don't know if it was a rumor, but I did hear that something about the SFU architect and the one that did Burn Creek were related. Oh, see, you know what? That's it now makes sense. Yeah, there's some kind of relation. I don't know if it's like family blood or whatever. Yeah. Lots of ideas. Let's make it look like this. Yeah. And like you said, there's a certain demographic associated with Burnaby Creek, right? Yeah. But so you made your way to Simon Fraser University? Yep. Oh, but you said you transferred from somewhere? Oh. Where'd you go first? It was an internal transfer. What's that? Okay. So you went straight to SFU? Yeah. I went to SFU for economics. Economics. Okay. Why did you dive into that one right after that? Essentially, I wanted to get into BD, which was the business school for SFU. Mm-hmm. But then, coming from Burn Creek, no one took high school seriously. Whoa. So, this is true. Well, also, there's that. I was a crap student. I was really poor. I didn't really do my work, so I transferred that mentality to SFU. Okay. So then, obviously, that's not going to fly, especially being in economics. Well, also, that crap mentality didn't get me the grades to go into BD. BD is super competitive. Yeah, exactly. My school, it's like A's or something. Yeah, and then, so economics was my next thing.
Uh-huh.
I did try to go to BCIT, but then that one had issues too, and then I just didn't bother. So yeah, I went into economics.
Wanting to go to BD eventually.
Yeah, but then I still took that don't do your work mentality into university.
Mm-hmm. It didn't really work out for you, eh?
Yeah, so then...
Econ's not... I mean, I think macro is pretty cool, but I heard micro is kind of like, whoa.
I like micro more.
Really?
Like, the thing is with econ was, all of it was really interesting, but then that was also the time where I experienced what grade curves were.
Oh, yeah.
So then, if you're basically on the bottom rung of the curve, you basically, like, failed.
Yeah, it's a new concept that they don't really tell you about. You know, I mean, the jump from high school to, like, post-sec, well, I guess this level of post-secondary, not like colleges is any easier. But it's something they don't really prepare you for unless you really know.
I did have prior business classes in Burn Creek, and then apparently my teacher for that was a professor.
Oh.
And then she was like, yeah, there's something called a bell curve. Like she did explain it to us, but I'm like,
it doesn't matter, whatever.
I didn't really take it in. I was like, oh,
yeah,
trying to scare us and shit. Well, like, yeah, when I got in, like, the curve destroyed me. I was basically a solid D student.
Oh,
and then at SFU2, there was this thing called, in high school we knew AP as a good thing. Advanced placement. But then at SFU, it's academic probation,
which is not good.
Yeah, it's basically the polar opposite. So then I went on academic probation, but I still believe that I could get my grades up taking these econ courses.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and then I failed that econ class, like a full-blown F. Oh. And then it launched me into I almost got kicked out.
Really?
Yeah. So then I had to do this program called Back on Track, which essentially gets your grades up.
Right.
And then that took essentially 2 semesters, almost like a whole year. And then during that year, some of the semesters you're allowed to take classes. And then at that point, I was figuring out, like, what should I do?
Right.
So then I took a bunch of courses. I took a kinesiology course because I'm like, maybe I could do kinesiology. That didn't work out. It was too hard. And then I was like, because in high school I was in band. I had music background. So I'm like, hey, why don't I try music? So then I took a basic music theory course. I liked it. I ended up getting a B, which is like, how am I getting...
substantially better than what you were doing before.
Like, how am I getting B in university? I was like, what the hell is this?
This is new.
Yeah, and then that was a prerequisite to the very first composing class. So then I took that composing class the next year. I liked it. Met, like, my friends that I hang out with, like, today.
Wow.
In music. And then on my very last semester of, like, Back on Track, I was like, hey,
maybe this is for you.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just want to go back a bit. Like, so you were in band in high school for how long? Like, the whole...
Oh, I was just there for grade 8 because the band teacher was a bitch.
Oh.
Like, everyone in that band class, like, they just didn't like her.
Oh, really? Including yourself.
Yeah. She was like, she was just a bitch, man. Like, it was enough for me that I didn't want to go anymore. Yeah.
Wow.
And then, like, I don't want to, like...
Not that it was, like, it wasn't fun or anything, but it just wasn't, like, you didn't want to be in that class.
Well, she made it not as enjoyable. Also, because, I don't want to, like, talk myself up, but apparently in that class, I was one of the few that I was percussion. So I had very good sense of rhythm and beat. Like, it came really fast.
I mean, why else would you pick drums if you... Yeah. I mean, drums are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, if you felt like it was a...
Well, I did originally do band in grade 7, but then...
Were you percussion as well?
Yeah. Okay. I did percussion because my mom was like, you're going to get braces. The dentist probably won't let you play any wind instruments, like blowing instruments.
Oh, okay. So it was...
And then, so I did percussion. In the end, I asked my dentist, and he's like, you could have done all those things. I was like, wow. I could have been like saxophone or something. It'd be so cool.
And you could have been like a whole different, path.
Yeah.
A different timeline.
I know. Everything could have been different. My life could have been different. But yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
But you went to percussion in grade 8 and only grade 8.
Yeah.
You didn't continue. Was she like the band teacher for every grade?
So she was the main band teacher. But then when I left, she got married and had a kid and had mat leave.
Oh no!
And I'm like, what is this?
Sometimes the timing just isn't.
I know, and then
it's like everything.
Yeah, and then I think she went back another year. I'm like, okay, cool. Good thing I didn't like go back because I thought about joining back.
Oh, okay.
But then she gets another kid and then another mat leave.
Then it's just like bam, bam.
Yeah,
it's
basically that whole like
potential opportunities,
I know,
but not really.
Yeah. So that my whole high school career, I could have only had her like maybe
a year.
Yeah, like a year or maybe like 2 years
at most.
Yeah.
Because I mean, band is I was also in band. And I had a lot of fun. Met a lot of people, and generally people who continue in band, you're with them right for the whole 4 years, and you make friends, a lot of people, a lot of connections. So okay, so we're back in university. So you found that music was just really clicking for you. It was working.
Yeah,
and you met friends. The maestro himself.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
Hopefully get him here one day. Dan Reyes, shout outs to you.
Yeah.
Amazing fellow.
Talented.
Yeah. He also landed you the job at GK Restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The great you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess we can plug it a little bit. Great stuff there.
Yeah.
But I also felt like that place and met a lot of great people.
Yeah, definitely.
It was fun. A lot of hard times.
Yeah.
I was lazy as heck.
Yeah.
But it definitely changed my life in a lot of ways too for me personally. A lot of people, a lot of connections, and I guess that's kind of partly why we're here now. Why I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Because of that crew, right?
Yeah.
It was like one of the few times I felt like some part-time job that the staff really bonded.
Yeah, definitely. We were actually like
a family.
A family, yeah.
Right. Like I went to Japan several times, and some of our coworkers, I met up with them there.
Yeah,
right? I was like, oh man, like we just let people hang out and stuff, and showed me around. There's a good brother in Kyoto, Sean.
I don't think that was my time.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, so grateful for meeting him and just getting to know him, and she showed me around, me and my friend around when I was there, and even when I was in Tokyo, we hung out with them, and it was great.
Yeah,
the international connection. Also with the guy's birthday we went to. Yeah, Johnny, right?
Yeah,
it's like he was a common connection.
Yeah,
all those people at the table were like all buddies. Yeah, hang out after work, see each other, even after all these years, right? But yeah, so the guy who got you that job, the maestro.
Greatest of all time, the GOAT.
The GOAT, which is not a racial slur, which is what I learned.
No, definitely not.
It's maybe the opposite.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely
know. Maybe it is in a different country.
It's a form of praise. Where we are, it's a form of praise.
Where we are, and in this day and age.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw it, I'm like, what the heck is why is GOAT capitalized?
Yeah, because it's greatest of all time. People usually say that from Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because that was his thing. Right?
Yeah.
And he was really good. Anyways, yeah, so you were in some of his classes, or are you still in the same stream as Dan?
Yeah, so what it is because we're in composition, not performance, but we essentially there's two streams.
In the music program?
Yeah, in the composition program. It's one is electronics and the other is regular instrumentation. Acoustic instrumentation.
Right.
So then I do electronic and he does the regular acoustic ones, but then the required classes are together.
Right.
Yeah. So then we usually have classes together.
So you take the first, second, third year stuff together, and the fourth ones you kind of specialize, I guess?
Yeah, what it is, essentially, because after, I guess, the third one, electronic people don't necessarily have to take it.
Right.
We take our own form of composing, but then it is an option anyways for credits.
Yeah, of course, because you need certain amount of credits here and there. Yeah. Okay.
And also too, we did start our composition class together. That was back when I was in economics.
Really?
Yeah, but then I took those few semesters off just to take other classes. Well, they still continued. So then, essentially, I'm a year behind them. But then, some of those classes are joined with senior classes. So the level 200 classes are with the 300 and 400.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you take them, it doesn't, like, whatever. Like, I was taking, like, English in, like, my last year because I needed, like, 1 credit or something. So it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't know, is he finished now, or is he still, like, going on, or what's going on?
Interestingly enough, we might finish at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know how that worked out, but, like, so he might have 1 more year, and then I, too, might have 1 more year. He's almost done.
You're both almost done, right? And I can't remember, like, but did you guys work at the same time when he introduced you to the job?
We worked, maybe like 5 times together.
Because of the scheduling?
Yeah, because since...
you were going to school at the same time. Both of you were going to school. Yeah.
And then since also, because I'm from Burnaby, and the place we worked at is in, like, Vancouver.
It's in downtown Broadway.
Yeah, and then on training period, because I trained to be the cook, right? And as you know, cooks start off dishwasher.
Right.
So then, I was in the dishwasher, and the training period was only nighttime.
Yep.
So then
you go into the degen hours.
Yeah,
degenerate.
Horrible. It was horrible. I had to have to run for the SkyTrain.
If you could.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I got lucky though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Each time?
Yeah. Or maybe only like once or twice I didn't make it.
Did you have to take up the N9, the night bus?
I've never taken it. I think...
You're a lucky man.
I think one time, a couple of those times I got a ride. But then when I was with Dan, because we're friends and stuff, we'd fool around. And then it eventually go later. So I just...
Fool around in like, on the line, or you go to McDonald's after and then just talk or something?
Well, of course we did our work, because, you know, you gotta have good work ethic.
Always at that place, especially.
Yeah, but like sometimes at nighttime when everyone has low morale, right? You just gotta like
pump it up,
bring it up, yeah. But then obviously the morale will be high, but that doesn't necessarily mean efficiency will be high.
Yeah, I mean, at least your staff will be happier, maybe, but it doesn't. Yeah, like you said, it doesn't translate into productivity.
Yeah, exactly. So then at that time, that was another time I didn't make the train. So then I just talked to Dan, and then I was like, "Oh, hey, here's a cab. I guess I'll just take this home."
Oh, whoa!
That was only like 1 time.
Okay, but so let's just cover that. Like a cab in Vancouver, it's super expensive.
Yeah, I know. Like, I was like,
no, I just want to clarify for the listeners out there who might not be from here.
Definitely.
Cabs are super pricey. Yeah, they're not cheap. We don't have Uber here.
Yeah, we don't have Uber or Lyft, which is ridiculous.
Because of, I guess, they don't want the competition or something. I imagine there's regulation.
Because like
zoning, right?
Yeah, and also if we have that, like taxis, they won't exist anymore.
Yeah, they'd just be like that.
Yeah.
Right. They're just at the airport.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can understand the reasoning, but I mean, it's because like I think in Vancouver we have a pretty good transit system.
Yeah,
relatively speaking.
Yeah.
It's like the trains and the buses are like they can cover a lot of area.
Yeah.
It's just the hours that they operate at.
Yeah, and also like too, there are some times when sketchy people would try to like get on. Those are like in the late hours.
On the night buses, there's a lot of people who just finish clubbing or whatever.
And it gets really uncomfortable.
Really, out of touch with reality.
Yeah.
Because we kind of live in a similar area, and the way we went home was like you would kind of take a bus to a station. Well, I mean, I would walk or you would walk. I don't know. Then you take from that SkyTrain station, which is the transit, which is the train, right?
Yeah.
You take it all the way to downtown, hop off at Commercial Broadway.
Yeah.
Then hop on another bus.
Oh yeah.
The 99B line, which goes to UBC actually.
Yeah.
All the way, but it would stop right
relatively close to
the GK.
Yeah.
So it was quite a commute.
Yeah, it was. Well, ironically enough, all of my commutes, even to work and school, were around the same time. So they're all around 45 minutes. So like.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Like, so your commute to campuses. So Simon Fraser University has several campuses.
Yeah, it has 3. Technically, there's
3.
Technically, there's 3. There are a lot of buildings in Vancouver.
They're not all attached, right?
But that counts as one campus.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the downtown one is like downtown and Woodwards, I guess.
Yeah, like Harbour Centre and Woodwards.
The huge W, like a giant,
big W.
giant upside down McDonald's sign.
Yeah.
Literally like red and white, I think, right?
Is it
it's red and yellow, right?
It's red. So like,
is it red?
Yeah.
So it's a giant upside down McDonald's. You've got the Burnaby Mountain campus, which is on a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got the Surrey campus, which is in Surrey Central Mall.
Yeah.
Right? And so you, as I guess a music student, spend most of your time in the downtown?
Yeah. We spend most of our time on Woodward specifically.
Is that like the arts?
Yeah. It's where all the contemporary arts we have.
Contemporary arts.
Yes, we have like...
Arts is not contemporary arts. Just making that clarification.
Yeah, because, you know, I was in arts too, but that's economics. But yeah, so... Yeah, all the, like, arts, fine arts, what you think of is art.
Like music, dance, or like...
music, dance,
painting,
visual,
visual arts.
Yeah, they're all in that Woodwards building.
Right, and that's where you're centralized, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the commute there would just be one train ride, I guess?
Yeah. So, like, I learned that from... So you can take this train all the way to Chinatown Station.
Okay.
Or Gastown.
Mm-hmm.
And then I learned that what it is between those stations is a big circle.
Oh, loop?
Yeah, so you can walk from Chinatown Station to Gastown. It's like, think of a circle, right?
Uh-huh.
And then Chinatown it'll just be like going through the circle.
Oh, okay. You'd be like the scenic route through.
Yeah.
Like just go through the middle of the circle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then the campus would be kind of there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so you were mainly on the mountain when you were in economics?
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you made the change to going more to Woodwards.
Yeah.
And you would never have taken classes at the Surrey Central campus.
No.
Because I don't think they offer music there.
No.
Actually, isn't that where like a lot of business courses are?
I know they do have some classes there just to make it easier for people to transfer, right?
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So like they have some like writing classes, they have some like math classes. It's just just for easier commute, right?
Okay.
And then, but mostly the Surrey campus specializes in
mechatronics.
Oh yeah, there's mechatronics and also computer graphics.
Oh, computer graphics is there? Oh yeah, the IAT program.
So yeah, there's all like the computer generated stuff, and then
there's also I don't know if they still offer the beer brewing course. You know that one?
Yeah, I heard about that one.
It's a great course, probably one of the most fun courses I've had in all of my degree. It's really good. It's a lot of work though, but it's really fun. And
there's also science, and I don't do well in science.
I don't know how much they've changed it since then, but there is like the biological and a little bit of the chemical process. But yeah, it was.
I also heard for postgraduates they have wine making.
Wine making for postgrad.
Yeah, it's postgrad specifically.
That's me.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I'll do the wine one when I graduate.
No, is that one of your plans or?
Probably. It's not like high on my priority list, but it'd be nice to take.
So, just going back to music, is this just like, has it always been a passion for you, or it just like you just kind of realizing it, or I don't know, what does music mean to you right now?
So, music, I think I said before that music has always been with me. My parents, mostly my dad, there has been very musical, like even along his family, and then so no matter what in like the stages of my life, music has like there has been something with music. So then it's like an underlying like a base essentially of my being.
it's literally like your feet.
Yeah. Or like my inner linings. So then
it's like ingrained into you.
Yeah. So then like I was just like, oh cool, I'll try out these music courses, take some lessons. Just like as a side and stuff.
So like, is there like any like main instruments you play now, or you play all of them?
That is the maestro that plays all of them.
Yeah, the maestro is a very talented guy.
He can play all of them, but I stick mostly to piano, which I'm taking now. But I have to. That's later on during my day. But there's piano and there's also various percussion instruments, mostly drums.
Okay,
this is what I'm more comfortable with. So yeah, those are the main two, and then
So you're in the composition stream,
Mm-hmm.
right? So do you know how you know really how to like structure music?
Yeah.
Right.
So with composition, that is essentially in music we have theory.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, composition is just putting that theory into like practice.
Yeah. So I mean, like, with knowing, so like with percussion, you really get an understanding of rhythm, right?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine with beats and whatever timing.
Yeah.
And then with the piano element, you really get a sense of the actual keys.
Yeah, and
I guess.
pitch, yeah.
Yeah. So like I guess it's like the perfect combination for a composer, right?
Yeah.
Especially because like if you think about it, all music really stems from the same keys and notes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like an A is an A.
Yeah.
B is a B. And you might have different signatures, right? Or different what's it called? What's the difference between treble clef and bass clef? Like that kind of.
Oh, that's just range.
Range. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, an A will be an A and a B will be a B.
That actually depends, but that's.
Oh.
I'm not entirely sure about that. So in composition we have.
Tell me about it.
So in orchestration we have there are some instruments that aren't actually able to play an A. Like.
Oops. Sorry. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Okay. So some. I think there are like the woodwind instruments, like the clarinet and stuff, and like the bassoon.
Uh-huh.
But their physical structure of their instrument can't play
like a low A or something.
They can play a certain A, and then the whole orchestra has to tune
just for that one note.
Yeah. They tune to that, so then essentially the piece will be. It's called. I think it's called transposing. In this case, it might be called transposing.
Uh-huh.
But so in that case, they tune to that instrument, and then the piece will be tuned also to that.
What? For each piece?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even.
I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this, fan.
Well, I mean, it's on the podcast, so the maestro will be like, "Hey, no, I don't know."
There is like truth in that, but I don't know the exact specifics. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that because like I just assumed A was an A.
Yeah.
I mean, you get like a certain like a sound, right?
Yeah.
And it can be kind of replicated on each instrument. Each sound.
So the easiest way to do that, I think they use science. They use
science.
They use frequencies. So then they judge frequency. I think the main tuning is A440, which means that certain A has to hit 440 hertz.
Oh, on whatever instrument you're playing on.
So, and then that essentially too is the tuning of the entire ensemble.
Like whatever, how many pieces you have in your ensemble, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I didn't know that. That's new to me actually. No, this is like way beyond what I learned in band class.
Yeah, I didn't know that until university. So.
I mean, it really shows that like you actually took a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, was it like huge like jump for you learning all of this theory and like the structures?
Well, it wasn't jump necessarily, and it was difficult, but I did learn a lot by going into music. Because obviously school's meant for learning, right?
Some would argue otherwise. But I would say university is mainly for the pursuit of knowledge.
Yeah. So then, I learned the most in music, and I also grew more as a person in being in music.
In those 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Also because of a breakup of a girlfriend, but that's something else.
Oh no! I mean, you can talk smack whatever you want, but I mean, obviously. That's just how you feel it matters. But
no, she's great.
Okay,
she's all right. So
she's all right. Oh, so now she's all right. Okay.
She was great back then. She's all right now.
Okay. Oh, okay. So just
people change, but that's about it.
Maybe it was you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if it's on you.
It could be. I don't know.
Oh, who knows? I don't know if this is that kind of place to just like vent your feelings and just like start a nervous breakdown. But anyways,
no.
Continuing on. So clear, just learning a lot growing up through, I guess, learning music, right? How do you feel about like composing stuff? Like, where are you with that right now?
So, me personally, I have a weird tendency to make my things kind of weird.
Kind of weird.
Contemporary music. So then.
Yep.
But there is that comfort in a I know what I want, how I want things to sound, and I know how to put that on.
You know how to put it together,
or put it down on computer or on paper, like note-wise.
And they really get you. Like, they really grind that into you like in university, right? Yeah. Like, be able to do pretty much everything in this theory, right?
Yeah.
And that's something I actually really like appreciate about university. It's like you could get a computer program to just do this for you, but like really understanding the basis of the concepts lets you really display your knowledge and really work with it, right?
And also because with theory, that's the theory we're given is classical.
Oh, okay.
So then if you take piano, you usually learn classical music, classical theory. But then being in contemporary, we have to know those basics because contemporary is making it weird. So we have to know those.
Contemporary, which is funny because contemporary means like of the times, like
now, like right? Modern. Yeah. So what it is we take those old school, old ass theories and
the Renaissance period.
Yeah, stuff? Like in like Baroque period and all that, like like Beethoven, and we morph it to a more modern like take.
And it doesn't actually mean like taking like Beethoven's like whatever movement and just like remixing it. I think it's just like to me what it sounds like is just like you're using the structures and
like the ideas. Yeah,
you're not actually like remixing Ode to Joy like to like some weird beat.
Yeah.
Although it probably exists. I mean, someone's probably done it.
Yeah, it probably has. Yeah.
Have you?
No.
I imagine you'd be more creative than that.
I guess, yeah, sure. I guess I could be, yeah.
So like, what is it like? What kind of like sounds do you use? And like, is it you're in the electronic stream? Was it?
Yeah. So with electronics, we essentially make our music on a computer. So then that basically gives us free range on what sounds we can use and how we want to distort them and like change them around, right. Essentially.
Okay.
So like, for some pieces, I could take this audio file from the podcast and morph it, cut it up to, and then just make an art piece out of it.
And it could also like not even sound like what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, it could be like completely different. It could maybe be like two girls talking, a monster talking, like.
So changing the pitches as well.
Yeah. So like
and tones.
It's essentially like in music we there's this thing called timbre.
Timbre.
You know what timbre is?
No.
So timbre is essentially.
It's not a phone app where you find dates are in.
No. I use that app now. But so timbre is essentially going back to A's, the pitch of A.
Okay.
It essentially what differentiates an A from a violin to an A on the piano.
Oh, okay.
It's the quality of the sound. So by having computers, we can change that. We can change.
So you can change that. You can play everything on a piano, and then you can change it to like a bassoon.
Yeah, but that'd take a lot of time.
Oh, what do you mean?
Because it's just you'd have to like figure out what to do with the original sound. It gets pretty sciencey, like applied science, not actual science.
Oh, like the actual physical, like the sound waves and the frequencies. Oh, and did you learn that?
Yeah. That one, it's like for our electronic class, they try to be associated with stuff, but like it's not. They don't give us like a basic like class on how like what amplitude is or what like.
Oh, like the actual physics behind it.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to actually learn the numbers.
Yeah, I learned that all myself.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, you actually took it upon yourself to learn a little bit about. Oh, wow, that's amazing. So it really shows that you have, more initiative towards this field, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Because I know, Dan, the maestro, also took physics or something in like university.
Oh,
because he liked it or something.
Yeah.
I was like, what a man! Like what a guy!
Right? Yeah.
Like this. Really eccentric.
Yeah, like there's something with this music too, because in electronic we also use for synthesizers, which is I started a passion on it. They use
that's the kind of like the electronic keyboard sound.
But that all uses electronics, so it uses electrical waves.
Okay.
So then I suddenly started developing this passion for electricity and like voltage.
Voltage.
So that's essentially how these
Are we talking about the actual units of measurement or for current? Or
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So like these like for all the listeners, there's these things called modular synths. You can look that up. It essentially routes currents between different synthesizers.
Okay.
And then it changes, like those currents change the sounds.
With the electricity?
Yeah.
Really?
That's essentially how analog synthesizers work. They essentially do wiring of currents and like...
What?
Yeah. It's really interesting.
That's like super science. That's really like
cool,
physics. Like, cool. Oh, wow, I didn't even know that. Like electricity. Because when you think about like what's the word? Not analog, acoustic instruments.
Yeah.
None of that. It's all like, if it's a wind instrument, you blow into it.
Yeah.
Right. If it's like a violin or like one of those strings, you would just like hit in the vibrations with the sound, right? But this is like flat out like electricity.
Yeah, like mad science. Like there's even like an era in music, because you have to learn music history, obviously, that everyone just started using like electronics and then like electricity and stuff. So like Russians, they went nuts with their synthesizers, and then also...
How long ago was that?
60s.
60s?
Yeah.
Like when electronica started. Like, I guess that's like the origins of
but this is like because they obviously teach us like the classical, like intellectual, quote unquote intellectual music.
Quote unquote, what's that supposed to mean?
Like,
he's saying everything else is not intellectual.
Quote unquote. That's why I said it. Because
okay.
That all depends on people. You can have, like, come on, man. There are those
degenerate music.
there are those assholes that are like, oh, I hate music nowadays. I listen to like
Chopin.
Yeah, I listen to Pink Floyd, and they're all like, and Nirvana, and they're all like,
Nirvana.
I'm just like, come on, man. Like, get a load of this asshole. Like, if you don't think there's good music out now, you just gotta look for it.
I agree.
Like, right, yeah.
I'm like half one of those guys. Like, I'm pretty skeptical when it comes to modern pop music.
But that's the thing. It's pop music.
Exactly. But I do believe there is still good music being made in this day and age. It's anyway, going back to the electric thing. So like it went back all the way to the 60s, right?
Yeah, that's when it like first started and stuff, and then
because I thought it was really popular around like I don't know 80s or something, or at least mid-2000s.
That's when it started getting into a more pop scene. Because what it was in the early 60s is, actually don't quote me on that year. I feel like it was the 60s, but that's when it was more experimentation. So like experiment with sounds, and then like it was mostly
like what's his name? Frank Zappa.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Experimenting with like the sound,
sound,
what's available,
what exactly each routing of electricity does, and like
I just imagine like mad science of some guy just electrocuting himself or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's scary. That's the one thing I worry about if I want to get into that.
Oh, is that actually an issue?
Well, now because it's more modern, it's mostly.
I imagine it's more safe. But...
Yeah, it's like it's really just frying your stuff. Like.
Oh, okay, like your gear.
Yeah, it's mostly like, this is gonna cost you a lot. But die on that. It's like you're not gonna die. You're not gonna get electrocuted.
Not like back then. Yeah. Well, that maybe.
Probably. I feel like it's more likely because people weren't exactly sure, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe like that period was like more experimentation. People were just trying to test these sounds out, right? But nowadays you have a lot of it's the genre of EDM.
Oh yeah.
It's literally like electronic dance music.
Yeah.
Right? I was awakened to, or I was like, it was brought to my attention since we started working at GK. I'm like, what the heck is this sound?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because like Johnny would like any of the other guys would just like blast. I'm like, what is this sound? It's like the music of young people or something.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
So yeah, speaking of like Johnny and stuff, the friend we had that mutual birthday party with, I worked with him for a while during the summer.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, before I was even being in contemporary music, I really liked hip hop. I was rap. I was like, Kanye is the best and all that stuff.
I heard he's pretty good.
Yeah, but there's that separate part of like the spectrum, and then there's Johnny who likes his EDM, and also other coworkers, and then I used to hate EDM. I used to not associate myself. I was like, yo, you listen to EDM? Come on, man.
I'm gonna be condescending to you forever.
Yeah, basically. But then, the more days that I worked with him, and the more that he played his music, it started getting to me. I was like, oh man. And then also because my field is electronics, right? Electronic music. So
there's a little bit of an overlap.
Yeah. So then I was just like, I'm starting to like this.
Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, obviously.
It's like, if you like it, sometimes music, like, you initially, like, don't like it at first, but it grows on you.
Yeah,
and it's like, the opposite can happen too.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one summer where, like, Adele's Hello, I love that song. Great song. But, oh my goodness, like, once every half an hour? Come on.
Yeah, you're just like, oh.
So, but in this case, like, I don't know, Johnny's playlist would, like, change, like, depending on what he found, right, every week. And then he would bring in more, so it never really gets super stale.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
So, like, also, there was a point where he wouldn't necessarily, change. So then...
Because he loves the song.
Yeah, but then we're just like... Well, also because when we're working, it's not like we truly listen to it.
Yeah, because it's just like background sound, right?
But then it started getting to the point where EDM doesn't have a lot of words, but like we'd memorize the structure of the song and we'd like like we'd sing to it and stuff, and we're just like, whoa, getting to us.
Actually, that's kind of a thing I'm wondering. Like, so seeing how you've been studying music for quite a while now, right? Are you able to like hear music and you kind of like hear it or like be able to see it a different way than you just normally listening to it? Like, is that a thing that you can kind of process?
I analyze it.
That's kind of what I mean. Yeah.
So then, I learned that with pop music,
the same 4 chords are used in every song.
Yeah, and like,
you know that one?
Yeah, it's chord progression. But there's a lot of repetition in it. That's how it, like, psychologically it gets into people's head.
That being catchy.
Yeah, it repeats a lot, and then also the range of pitches isn't that high.
Okay.
I think it's only like there's only really like 5.
Oh.
There's only like 5 pitches. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, 5 pitches as in, so in a scale there's 8 notes.
Okay. Yep.
Say 7.
Yeah, on a scale.
Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the octave. So then, essentially they use 5.
Okay.
But then you can go with different octaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it is. It's just you really.
Oh, and that's really like how they get you.
Yeah.
And then
there's
I don't say forcing creativity, but it's forcing creativity.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know in the mainstream music industry. Okay. So we'll continue on our podcast. We're just gonna take a quick break for now, and we'll continue on next part if that's cool with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.